Welcome, Virgo, to your September reading for 2021. And I have to start out by saying happy birthday to all you Virgos born in September. Now, just to let you know that I offer free mini readings for all new subscribers. So if you are seeing my channel for the first time and you click the subscribe button, you get to ask a question in the comments below and I'll get back to you. Now, don't worry if you don't hear from me right away. I do get back to everyone who subscribes and asks a question. Now, let's get into this month's reading. Now, remember, this is a general reading, Virgo, so take what resonates for you and let the rest go. Now, this month, you start out with the Page of Pentacles. Now, for some of you, you might have a significant earth sign in your life. This can be a Capricorn, a Taurus, or a Virgo like yourself. But what pages often talk about are messages, and messages about the suit that they represent. And pentacles are all about your money, your career, your finances, your way of making a living in life. And I feel like with the Page of Pentacles, there could be some new projects that you are wanting to get underway in September. And I feel like there's a lot of new opportunities here for you, some new ventures or some new commitments that you might be making. And this is, I feel, to do with your money or your career. But this is also a message about learning. So some of you may very well be going back to school, going to university. It's right next to the Hierophant card there. And that can often talk about that kind of traditional type learning of going back to school. But this is quite a lovely card. Now, if this is a person in your life, this could be someone that is maybe somebody that is quite optimistic, quite clever. They're wiser than their years. And they're really happy to help out as well. This does sound a little bit like you, Virgo, because you are quite like this. But they're also very interested in learning, and you might be taking on some of these qualities yourself, Virgo, in September. But I feel like there's a real positive transformation here in your career, in your finances. Something in September is looking quite positive here for you. And, as I said, this is really sparking something within you. You might, like I said, you might be wanting to go back to school. You might be wanting to do something a little bit more meaningful or more challenging in your life here. But as I said, this is right next to the Hierophant card. And what the Hierophant card does talk about is structures, family structures, business structures. So this could be, for a few of you, you might be wanting to actually go back to school, go back to university, do something traditional. You might also, for some, be getting married here, because the Hierophant is a card of rituals and, as I said, rituals and tradition. It does stand for institutionalized knowledge here. So I do feel for a lot of you, there is more learning on the cards here in September. Or you're certainly thinking about that. You're wanting to make some choices about that as well. Now, there's some interesting cards that you've got here, Virgo, which some might say are quite challenging. And the Nine of Swords is one of those cards. And this is a card of worries, anxiety, sleepless nights, nightmares, even stressful thoughts. And this, I feel, is to do with things from the past. This is pain or heartbreak from your past, and it's been worrying you, and you've been clinging to this for a long time. You know, it's distress, it's despair. And I feel that in September, this is coming to an end for you here. Now, this could have something to do, you know, as I said, with some heartache. It's the Nine of Swords is right above the Three of Swords here, and I'm feeling that this is sorrow or grief or even rejection or abandonment that you are still carrying with you from the past. But this to me is really, there's a reconciliation that you are doing within yourself. And if this is to do with some conflict or some sorrow or some grief from the past as well, I feel that there's this optimistic feel here that this is coming to an end. And the reason I'm feeling this way is because you've got the Tower card there. And this is that situation in life where things change, and they change suddenly. And sometimes the Tower card can be a little bit stressful because we aren't prepared for it. And sometimes we don't want to change. So this can make the Tower card a little bit difficult. But I feel that this is something that it's really going to be beneficial for you. And if you are willing to let go of this stress or this grief, this anxiety that you have been carrying, for this pain that you've been carrying for a long time, I feel that this is going to lead to some wonderful new opportunities and a fresh start for you in a lot of areas of your life. And as I said, if this is conflict with another, I feel there is going to be forgiveness here. I feel that there is going to be a healing, and you are going to be able to release any of this kind of stuff that's creating such anxiety and mental worries for you and stress. And you're going to be able to really build something stable, build something new and different for yourself because of this Tower moment. Because the Tower is often built on shaky ground. You know, if you look at this Tower in the imagery here, it's right on the tip of a mountain top, and it's not very stable. And the minute, you know, a lightning bolt comes down from the sky, it cracks the Tower and the Tower crumbles. And the woman in the imagery on the card is trying to hang on for dear life, but it's pointless because that Tower is broken and it's going to fall and crumble away. So I feel that this is the stuff that's going to be happening for you in September. A lot of these, the structures that you had built for yourself aren't serving you, and therefore they will be falling away, and it's going to allow you to build a stronger, more stable structure for yourself, one that is strong and long lasting and isn't on shaky ground. It's on solid ground, and you can move forward happily and wonderfully. Now, there's some serious choices. Well, I don't know if you'd say serious, but there is some choices regarding your work, I feel, that are going to be coming up for you, or certainly something that you're passionate about, something that you have been thinking about for a while. And the Two of Wands is the card I'm referring to in this message here. And the Two of Wands is a beautiful card because it says when you are confronted with this choice, there is no wrong choosing here for you, Virgo. Whichever path you choose is the right one, and it's going to lead you to exactly where it is you need to be. And, if you look at the imagery of the card of the Two of Wands, this figure has the world in her hands and the globe, and I feel like this is a position that you are in at the moment as well. You've got the world in your hands, and it's an exciting kind of energy in the Two of Wands, because you are going to be starting out on a journey. Now, you need to make that choice, of course, and once you do, it's exciting, it's wonderful, it's new, it's beautiful things coming in for you here. Now, I also feel that this choice is going to bring you into balance. You've got the Temperance card right beside it, and this is a card of balance. You are going to be feeling like things are sort of not so out of control. The energy of that Nine of Swords and the energy of the Three of Swords, this is really, it leaves you feeling out of sorts. Anyone that's got anxiety or stresses or worries on their mind leaves themselves out of balance. It leaves you out of balance. But the Temperance card does talk about that, being able to meld things in a way, work things out in a way for yourself that is, blend things in your life together in a way that is going to bring you balance and moderation and calmness and harmony. And yeah, it's just absolutely a wonderful card. Now, this is the card of Sagittarius here, and the Hierophant is also the card of Taurus. So some of you may have some of these star signs in your life that these issues, you are dealing with these issues with that sort of stuff from the past, that anxiety, that worry. Now, as I said, that Three of Swords, this is also, to me, coming into balance. Things are healing. Now, Temperance does sort of talk about patience. It's one of those cards where, be patient. This isn't something that you can rush at, like a bull at a gate. Just take things easy and embrace that Tower moment, embrace those changes. And, often, as I said, a lot of people can find that Tower card quite stressful, but anything like good things can also represent Tower moments. Marriages can be a Tower moment. It shifts your world upside down, and the old breaks away and something new is left. And it's interesting that you've got the Four of Wands, and this is kind of the marriage card. A lot of people do call this the marriage card, and you've got the Hierophant there. So I'll be very surprised if a lot of Virgos there aren't celebrating a wedding or an announcement to be married, or even an anniversary, something like that, something strong and structured that you've built on, or that can be built on. It's quite wonderful energy there in that Four of Wands. Now, the Four of Wands as well, it can be, sometimes because this card is right beneath the Tower, and I'm feeling like for a lot of you, if you resist this Tower moment, if you resist these changes that are coming in, it can create restrictions for you, because you are still stuck in that worry and that stress of the Nine of Swords, about that pain from the past. But I feel for a lot of you, this is celebration and this is freedom, and there's a joyful event coming here. There's a triumph with the Four of Wands. And there's also, it's a milestone. I feel like, and you know, it's interesting that this card comes up right in your birthday, in your, for a lot of you, your birthday month. It's a milestone that you have reached. So it's quite lovely, wonderful energy. And your final card there is savoring pleasure, and this is from the Gateway Oracle cards. And this, I just absolutely love the imagery on these cards. And if you look at the card there, it's a beautiful bubble bath with roses and perfume and wine and music. And this, the affirmation for this card is, I fully embrace bliss in my life. And I feel like you are going to be doing this in September. You are going to be able to really embrace that energy of the Tower card, that shifting, that changing, the old way, breaking away, the stresses, the anxieties, the hurt, the pain. And you are really going to be able to savor pleasure. And the meaning of this card is, fill your life with people, experiences, and places that bring you delight and joy. Live deliciously. Release the need to be practical in all situations. Surround yourself with beauty and sumptuous pleasures. The universe wants you to know you're not meant to solely work hard and be dutiful and diligent. Life should be lived abundantly and fully. Give yourself permission to be happy and experience profound gratification. Embrace pleasure whenever you can. Create personal environments that fill you with deep satisfaction. Cherish your friendships. Love often and deeply. Allow your senses to be satiated. See, hear, taste, touch, and feel the beauty within and around you. Drink well, eat well, and dance into the early hours of the morning. What a great message, Virgo. And I feel like you really need to be doing that in September. You know, release that stuff that doesn't serve you anymore. Enjoy the process of rebuilding a strong, successful life for yourself. It's wonderful. So I hope that resonated with you, Virgo. Don't forget, take up my offer of a free mini reading if this is the first time you've watched my channel, and I'll be happy to answer any question you've got. Have a great month, and I hope to see you next month.